Hello everyone, welcome to my channel NCRT Adhyaya. I hope you all are studying well, huh? तो चलिए हम लोग नेक्स्ट यूनिट स्टार्ट करते हैं। जेनेटिक्स स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं हम लोग। तो पहला चैप्टर पता ही है, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस एंड वेरिएशन। Have you ever wondered why an elephant always gives birth to only a baby elephant and not some other animal, or why a mango seed forms only a mango plant or not any other plant? Given that they do, are the offsprings identical to their parent, or do they show differences in some of their characteristics? Have you ever wondered why siblings sometimes look so similar to each other or sometimes even so different? These and several related questions are dealt with scientifically in a branch of biology known as genetics. This subject deals with the inheritance as well as the variation of characters from parents to offsprings. Inheritance is the process by which characters are passed on from parent to progeny. It is the basis of heredity. ठीक है, तो ये हम लोगों को डेफिनेशन वगैरह याद होनी चाहिए। वेरिएशन क्या होता है? डिग्री बाय विच प्रोजेनी डिफर फ्रॉम देयर पेरेंट्स। Humans knew from as early as 8000 to 1000 BC that one of the causes of variation was hidden in sexual reproduction. अब ये जो दिया गया है 8000 to 1000 BC, ये इम्पोर्टेंट है, ये याद होना चाहिए। ओके, They exploited the variations that were naturally present in the wild population of plant and animals to selectively breed and select for organisms that possessed desirable characters. For example, through artificial selection and domestication from ancestral wild cows, we have well-known Indian breeds, example Sahiwal cows in Punjab. We must, however, recognize that though our ancestors knew about the inheritance of characters and variation, they had very little idea about the scientific basis of these phenomena. Mendel's law of inheritance. It was during the mid 19th century that headway was made in the understanding of inheritance. Gregor Mendel conducted hybridization experiment of garden peas for 7 years, 1856 to 1863, and proposed the laws of inheritance in living organisms. During Mendel's investigation into inheritance pattern, it was for the first time that statistical analysis and mathematical logic were applied to problems in biology. This experiment had a large sampling size, which gave greater credibility to the data that he collected. Also, the confirmation of his inferences from experiment on successive generations of his test plants proved that his results pointed to general rules of inheritance rather than being unsubstantiated ideas. Mendel invested characters in the garden pea plant that were manifested as two opposing traits, that is, tall or dwarf plant, yellow or green seeds. This allowed him to set up a basic framework of rules governing inheritance, which was expanded on by later scientists to account for all the diverse natural observations and the complexity inherent in them. Mendel conducted such artificial pollination, cross pollination experiments using several true breeding pea lines. A true breeding line is one that, having undergone continuous self pollination, shows the stable trait inheritance and expression for several generations. Mendel selected 14 true breeding pea plant varieties as pairs which are similar except for one character with contrasting traits. Some of the contrasting traits selected were smooth or wrinkled seed, yellow or green seeds, inflated, full or constricted green or yellow pods, and tall or dwarf plants. यहाँ जो फिगर दिया गया है 5.1, ये फिगर पढ़ लेना। इसमें मेन चीज़ ये आती है कि डोमिनेंट ट्रेट कौन सी थी, रिसेसिव ट्रेट कौन सी थी, सीड शेप, सीड कलर, फ्लावर कलर, पॉट शेप, पॉट कलर, फ्लावर पोजीशन, स्टेम हाइट, ये सब आनी चाहिए, सब इंपॉर्टेंट है। ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीज़ें आप लोग अच्छे से एक बार पढ़ लीजिएगा। नेक्स्ट क्या है, यहाँ पे दे रखा है 5.1 टेबल दे रखी है यहाँ पे, कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग ट्रेड्स स्टडीड बाय मेंडल इन पी। अब पी में जो भी दिया गया था ये सारे जो टेबल है ये अच्छे से आनी चाहिए. Inheritance of one gene. Let us take the example of one such hybridization experiment carried out by Mendel, where he crossed tall and dwarf pea plant to study the inheritance of one gene. He collected the seeds produced as a result of this cross and grew them to generate plant for the first hybrid generation. This generation is also called the filial progeny or the F1 generation. Mendel observed that all the F1 progeny plants were tall. F1 जितने भी थे सब tall थे, like one of its parents. None were dwarf. तो dwarf कोई भी था, F1 में सारे tall आए थे, ठीक है. He made similar observation for the other pairs of traits. He found that F1 always resembled either one of the parent, and that of the trait of the other parent was not seen in them. Mendel then self-pollinated the tall F1 plant and to his surprise found that in the filial 2 generation some of the offsprings were dwarf, कुछ dwarf थे. The character that was not seen in the F1 generation was now expressed. The proportion of plant that were dwarf were 1/4 of the F2 plant, while 3/4 of the F2 plants were tall. The tall and dwarf traits were identical to their parental type and did not show any blending. That is all. That is all. The offsprings were either tall or dwarf. None were in between height. Similar results were obtained with the other traits that he studied. Only one of the parental traits were expressed in F1 generation, while at F2 stage both the traits were expressed in the proportion 3:1. ठीक है, तो F1 में सिर्फ एक चीज दिखी थी और F2 में दोनों दिख गई थी. The contrasting traits did not show any blending at either F1 और F2 stage. फिगर 5.2 में यहाँ पे देखो ऊपर क्या है, मेल पेरेंट है, फीमेल पेरेंट है, ठीक है, फिर उससे क्या बने, ऑफस्प्रिंग्स बने हैं, तो ये भी याद होना चाहिए. नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे क्या दिया गया है, बेस्ड ऑन दीज ऑब्जर्वेशंस मेंडल प्रपोज दैट समथिंग वाज बीइंग स्टेबली पास डाउन unchanged from parent to offspring through the gametes over successive generations. He called these things as factors. Now we call them as genes. ठीक है, मेंडल ने इसको क्या कहा था, फैक्टर कहा था, लेकिन हम लोग इसको क्या कहते हैं, जीन्स कहते हैं. Genes, therefore, are the unit of inheritance. They contain the information that is required to express a particular trait in an organism. Genes which code for a pair of contrasting traits are known as alleles. That is, they are slightly different form of the same gene. Alleles क्या होती हैं, slightly different form of same gene. If we use alphabetical symbol for each gene, then the capital letter is used for the trait expressed at the F1 stage and the small alphabet for the other trait. For example, in case of the character of height, T is used for tall and small t is used for dwarf. तो capital T और small t ये क्या हो गई, alleles हो गई एक दूसरे की. Hence, in plant, the pair of alleles for height would be capital T, capital T, capital T, small t or TT. Mendel also proposed that in a true breeding, tall or dwarf pea variety, the allelic pair of genes for height are identical or homozygous. कैसे होते हैं, आइडेंटिकल होते हैं या कह सकते हैं होमोजाइगस होते हैं. कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी रिस्पेक्टिवली. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे देखो कैपिटल टी एंड स्मॉल टी आर कॉल्ड द जीनोटाइप ऑफ द प्लांट, वाइल द डिस्क्रिप्टिव टर्म्स टॉल एंड डॉर्फ आर द फिनोटाइप. टॉल और डॉर्फ क्या होंगे, फिनोटाइप होंगे, और जीन्स में इसको कैसे देखेंगे, जीनोटाइप की तरह. What then would be the phenotype of a plant that had a genotype capital T small t? As Mendel found the phenotype of the F1 heterozygote capital T small t to be exactly like the capital T parent in appearance, he proposed that in a pair of dissimilar factor, one dominates the other and hence is called the dominant factor, while the other factor is recessive. In this case, capital T is tallness and is dominant over small t for dwarfness, that is recessive. He observed identical behavior for all the other characters, trait pairs that he studied. It is convenient to use the capital and lower case of an alphabetical symbol to remember this concept of dominance and recessiveness. Do not use capital T for tall and D for dwarf because you will find it difficult to remember whether capital T and D are alleles of the same gene or character or not. Alleles can be similar as in case of homozygous, that is homozygous क्या होता है, capital T and small t, or can be dissimilar in case of heterozygote, that is capital T small t. यहाँ फिगर 5.3 में दे रखा है, पेरेंट है टॉल और डॉफ क्रॉस कराया, सारे टॉल आए, फिर F2 जनरेशन में क्या आया, रेशियो 3:1 का आया. Since the capital T small t plant is heterozygous for genes controlling one character, it is monohybrid, and the cross between capital T small t is a monohybrid cross. From the observation that the recessive parental trait is expressed without any blending in the F2 generation, we can infer that when the tall and the dwarf plant produce gametes by the process of meiosis, the alleles of the parental pair separate or segregate from each other and only one allele is transmitted to a gamete. ये हमेशा याद रखना कि सिर्फ एक ही एलील गेमीट में ट्रांसफर होती है, ठीक है, दो कभी नहीं होंगी, हमेशा एक ट्रांसफर होगी. दिस सेग्रीगेशन ऑफ एलील्स इज अ रैंडम प्रोसेस. ये जो सेग्रीगेशन होता है ये कैसा होता है, बहुत रैंडम प्रोसेस है. एंड सो देयर इज अ 50% चांस ऑफ अ गेमीट कंटेनिंग आइदर एलील as has been verified by the results of the crossing. In this way, the gametes of the tall plant have the allele capital T and the gametes of the dwarf plant small t have the allele T. During fertilization, the two alleles capital T from one parent, say from the pollen, and small t from the other parent, then through the egg, are united, produce zygotes that they have one capital T allele and one small t allele. In other words, the hybrid have capital T small t. Since these hybrid contain alleles which express contrasting traits, the plants are heterozygous. The production of gametes by the parent, the formation of the zygote, the F1 and F2 parent can be understood from a diagram called Punnett square. It was developed by a British scientist, Reginald C. Punnett. It is a graphical representation to calculate the probability of all the possible genotype of offsprings in a genetic cross. The possible gametes are written on two sides, usually the top row and the left column. ये भी याद रखना होता है, कहाँ लिखा जाता है, top row and left column. All possible combinations are represented in boxes below in the square, which generate a square output form. The Punnett square shows the parental tall male and dwarf female plant, the gamete produced by them, and F1 capital T small t progeny. The F1 plants of genotype capital T small t are self-pollinated. The symbol male and female are used to donate the male egg and female egg and male pollen of the F1 generation respectively. फीमेल में क्या होगा, एग होगा, और मेल में पॉलन होगा. प्लांट की बात हो रही है इसीलिए. द F1 plant of the genotype capital T small t when self pollinated produce gamete of the genotype capital T and small t in equal proportion. When fertilization takes place, the pollen grains of genotype T have a 50% chance to pollinate egg of the genotype small capital T as well as genotype small t. Also, pollen grains of genotype small t have a 50% chance of pollinating eggs of genotype capital T. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे फिगर दिया है 5.4, ये पन्नेट स्क्वायर बना हुआ है, इसमें फिनोटिपिक रेशियो 3:1, जीनोटिपिक 1:2:1 दिया गया है. ठीक है, ये भी याद रखना. As well as genotype small t. As a result of random fertilization, the resultant zygotes can be of the genotype capital T, capital T, small t, or small t. From the Punnett square, it is easily seen that 1/4 of the random fertilization lead to tall plant, यानी capital T, 1/2 lead to capital T small t, and 1/4 TT. Though the F1 have a genotype of capital T small t, but the phenotypic character seen is tall. At F2, 3/4 of the plant are tall, where some of them are capital T, while others are capital T small t. Externally, it is not possible to distinguish between the plants with the genotype capital T, and capital T small t. Hence, within the genotypic pair, capital T small t, only one of the character capital T tall is expressed. Hence, the character capital T or tall is said to dominate over the other allele small t or dwarf character. It is thus due to this dominance of one character over the other that all the F1 are tall. ठीक है, and in the F2 3/4 of the plant are tall. Though genotypically 1/2 are capital T small t and only 1/4 are capital T capital T. This leads to a phenotypic ratio of 3/4 tall. 1/4 क्या होगा? टॉल होगा. और +1/2 क्या होगा? ये भी टॉल होगा. तो सिर्फ 1/4 क्या होगा? ड्वार्फ होगा. तभी रेशियो क्या है? 3:1 आया है. बट अ जीनोटिपिक रेशियो इज 1:2:1. Then 1/4, 1/2 and 1/4 ratio of tall, tall and dwarf is mathematically condensable to the form of a binomial expression ax plus by का whole square that has the gametes bearing genes capital T or small t in equal frequency of 1/2. The expression is expanded as given below. 1/2 capital T plus 1/2 small t का square is equals to 1/2 t plus 1/2 small t into ये पूरा एक्सप्रेशन लिखा है. ठीक है. Mendel self pollinated the F2 plant. F2 को self pollinate किया and found that dwarf F2 plant continued to generate dwarf plant in F3 and F4 generation. He concluded that the genotype of the dwarf was homozygous. Capital small t. ठीक है. What do you think he would have got that he had he have self pollinated a tall F2 plant? From the preceding paragraph, it is clear that though the genotypic ratio can be calculated using mathematical probability by simply looking at the phenotype of a dominant trait, it is not possible to know the genotypic composition. That is, for example, whether a tall plant from F1 or F2 has capital T or capital T small t composition cannot be predicted. Therefore, to determine the genotype of a tall plant at F2, Mendel crossed the tall plant from F2 with a dwarf plant. This is called a test cross. In a typical test cross, can organism pea plant hair showing a dominant phenotype and whose genotype is to be determined is crossed with the recessive parent instead of self-crossing. The progenies of such a cross can easily be analyzed to predict the genotype of the test organism. Figure 5.5 shows the result of typical test cross for violet color flower is dominant over white color flower. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे देखो कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछे गए हैं. यूजिंग पनेट स्क्वायर ट्राई टू फाइंड द. ठीक है. यहाँ पे टेस्ट क्रॉस रेशियो कितना था. ये सब. Based on his observation on monohybrid crosses, Mendel proposed two general rules to consolidate his understanding of inheritance in monohybrid crosses. Today, these rules are called the principle or in laws of inheritance. The first law or law of dominance and the second law or law of segregation. तो law of dominance, law of segregation. पहला यहाँ पे क्या है? लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस. ये जो फिगर 5.5 है ये भी देख लेना. सारे फिगर्स इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, सब देख लीजिएगा आप लोग. पहला क्या कहता है? कैरेक्टर्स आर कंट्रोल्ड बाय डिस्क्रीट यूनिट कॉल्ड फैक्टर्स. फैक्टर्स कैसे होते हैं? पेयर्स में होते हैं. इन अ डिसिमिलर पेयर ऑफ फैक्टर वन मेंबर ऑफ द पेयर डोमिनेट ओवर द अदर. The law of dominance is used to explain the expression of only one of the parental character in a monohybrid cross in the F1 and the expression of both in the F2. It also explains the proportion of 3:1 obtained at F2. Law of segregation. This law is based on the fact that the alleles do not show any blending and that both the characters are recovered as such in the F2 generation, though one of these is not seen at F1 stage. Though the parent contained two alleles during gamete formation, the factor or alleles of a pair segregate from each other such that a gamete receives only one of the two factors. Of course, a homozygous parent produces all gametes that are similar, while a heterozygous one produces two kinds of gamete, each having one allele with equal proportion. Next is incomplete dominance. When experiments on peas were repeated using other traits in other plants, it was found that sometimes the F1 had a phenotype that did not resemble either of the two parents and was in between the two. The inheritance of flower color in the dog flower, snapdragon, or antirrhinum species is a good example to understand incomplete dominance in a cross between true breeding red flower (RR) and true breeding white flower smaller. The F1 was pink. When the F1 was self pollinated, the F2 resulted in the following ratio: red, pink, white. Here, the genotype ratio were exactly as we would expect in any Mendelian monohybrid cross, but the phenotype ratios had changed from 3 is to 1 dominant recessive ratio. What happened was that R was not completely dominant over small r, and this made it possible to distinguish capital R small r as pink, red, or capital R red, and small r is white. Explanation of the concept of dominance. What exactly is dominance? Why are some alleles dominant and some recessive? To tackle these questions, we must understand what a gene does. Every gene, as you know by now, contains the information to express a particular trait. In a diploid organism, there are two copies of each gene, that is, as a pair of alleles. Now, these two alleles need not always be identical, as in a heterozygote. One of them may be different due to some changes that it has undergone, about which you will read further on and in the next chapter, which modifies the information that particular allele contain. Let's take an example of a gene that contained the information for producing an enzyme. Now there are two copies of this gene, the two allelic forms. Let us assume that the normal allele produces the normal enzyme that is needed for the transformation of a substrate. Theoretically, the modified allele could be responsible for the production of the normal या less efficient enzyme, non-functional enzyme और no enzyme at all. तो ये भी याद रखना कि ये सब भी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. इन सब पे भी क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, ये भी पूछा जाता है. ये जो पॉइंट है, यहाँ पे रेशियो दे रखा है किसका, इनकम्प्लीट डोमिनेंस का. फिनोटिपिक रेशियो 1:2:1, जीनोटिपिक 1:2:1. ठीक है, ये भी याद रखना है, इस पे भी क्वेश्चन आता है रेशियो पे. In the first case, the modified allele is equivalent to the unmodified allele, that is, it will produce the same phenotype or trait, that is, result in the transformation of the substrate. Each equivalent allele pair are very common, but if the allele produces a non-functional enzyme or no enzyme, the phenotype may be affected. The phenotype trait will only be dependent on the functioning of the unmodified allele. The unmodified allele, which represents the only original phenotype, is the dominant allele, and the modified allele is generally the recessive allele. Hence, in the example above, the recessive trait is seen due to non-functional enzyme or no enzyme at all. जनरली क्वेश्चंस जो होंगे उनका आंसर यही होगा, नॉन फंक्शनल एंजाइम या नो एंजाइम. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे क्या है कि कोएंजाइम क्या होता है. टिल नाउ वी वर डिस्कसिंग क्रॉसेस वेयर F1 resembled either of the two parent dominance or was in between the two incomplete dominance. But in the case of codominance, F1 generation resembles both the parent. ठीक है, जैसे ए बी ब्लड ग्रुप होता है. ए गुड एग्जाम्पल इज डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ RBCs that determine ABO blood grouping in human beings. ABO blood group are controlled by the gene I. The plasma membrane of the red blood cells has sugar polymer that protrude from its surface, and the kind of sugar is controlled by the gene. The gene I has three alleles, IA, IB, and small I. The allele IA and IB produce a slightly different form of the sugar, where allele small I does not produce any sugar. तो जो small I है वो कोई produce sugar नहीं कर रही है. Because humans are diploid organism, each person possesses any two of the three I gene allele. IA, IB are completely dominant over the small I. In other words, when capital I and small I are present, only IA expresses, because small I does not produce any sugar. और when IB जब होगा तो क्या होगा, तो IB express होगा. But when IA and IB are present together, they both express their own type of sugar. This is because of codominance. Hence, RBCs have both AB type of sugar. Here, since there are three different alleles, there are six different combinations of these three alleles that are possible, and total of six different genotype of the human ABO blood types. तो ये भी याद रखना होगा कितने जीनोटाइप होते हैं, कितने फिनोटाइप होते हैं। नीचे पूरी टेबल दी गई है, ये आपको याद होने चाहिए, इसको अच्छे से देख लो। जनरली बच्चों को ये टेबल आती है। Do you realize that the example of ABO blood grouping also provide a good example of multiple alleles? Have you Here you can see that there are more than two, that is three alleles governing the same character. Since in an individual only two alleles can be present, multiple alleles can be found only when population studies are made. Occasionally, a single gene product may produce more than one effect. For example, starch synthesis in pea seeds is controlled by one gene. It has two alleles, capital B and small b. Starch is synthesized effectively by capital B homozygote, and therefore large starch grains are produced. In contrast, small b homozygote have lesser efficiency in starch synthesis and produce smaller starch grain. After maturation of the seeds, capital B are seeds are round and small b are wrinkled. Heterozygotes produce round seeds, and so B seems to be the dominant allele, but the starch grain produced are of intermediate size in capital B small b seeds. So, if the starch grain size is considered as the phenotype, then from this angle, the alleles show incomplete dominance. Therefore, dominance is an autonomous feature of a gene or the product that it has information for. It depends as much on the gene product and the production of a particular phenotype from this product as it does on the particular phenotype we choose to examine, in case more than one phenotype is influenced by the same gene. तो ये सारी जितनी भी बात हम लोग ने की है ये अभी वन जीन पे की है। नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे जो है वो क्या है, टू जीन इनहेरिटेंस है। नेक्स्ट यहाँ पे जो हम लोग बात करेंगे वो टू जीन की बात होगी। Inheritance of two genes. Mendel also worked with the crossed pea plant that differed in two characters, as it's seen in the cross between a pea plant that has seeds with yellow color and round shape, and one that seeds of green color and wrinkled shape. Mendel found that seeds resulting from the crossing of the parent had yellow colored and round shaped seeds. Here you can tell which of the characters in the pair of yellow या green color and round wrinkled shape was dominant. Thus, yellow color was dominant over green and round shape dominant over wrinkled. तो क्या है, yellow dominant है और round dominant है. These results were identical to those that he got when he made separate monohybrid crosses between yellow and green seeded plants and between round and wrinkled seeded plant. Let us use the genotypic symbols Y for dominant yellow seed color and small y for recessive green seed color, red for round shaped seeds and small r for wrinkled seed shape. The genotype of the parent can be written as capital R, capital R, capital Y, small r, and small y. The cross between the two plants can be written down as in figure, showing the genotype of the parent plant. The gamete capital R, capital Y, and small y unite on fertilization to produce the F1 hybrid. When Mendel self-hybridized the F1 plant, he found that 3 by 4th of the plant had yellow seeds and 1 by 4th had green. The yellow and green colors segregated in the ratio 3:1. Round and wrinkled seed shape also segregated in a 3:1 ratio, just like a monohybrid crosses. Next यहाँ पे क्या है, पेज नंबर 7, यहाँ पे क्या दे रखा है नेक्स्ट पेज पे, ये रिजल्ट्स ऑफ अ डाइहाइब्रिड क्रॉस वेयर टू पेरेंट डिफर्ड. ठीक है, यहाँ पे पूरा वो दे रखा है, सीड कलर सीड शेप, तो याद रखना होगा कौन सीड कलर है कौन सीड शेप है. दो जीन लेके पूरा पन्नेट स्क्वायर, और इसका फिनोटिपिक रेशियो कितना है, 9:3:3:1 आया है. ओके, चलिए फिर आज का यही रखते हैं, और आगे जो है टॉपिक वो हम लोग कल डिस्कस कर लेंगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, मतलब ठीक है। अब हाँ, ये नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम लोग डिस्कस करते हैं आगे। सारे सिंड्रोम्स है, क्रोमोसोमल थ्योरी ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस है। ठीक है, ओके। तब तक के लिए अच्छे से पढ़ाई करिए और प्लीज़ हमारे चैनल को लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए। थैंक यू सो मच।